What is up, guys? The Duality game here, giving you Hidden Gems 4. For the sake of things, I'm not doing it console by console anymore because it took me pretty long time to actually think of Hidden Gems 3, because I played through a lot of GBA games which were actually remakes of the SNES. So for the sake of things, I'm not going to do it console by console, because most games I did play were remakes from I won't say current games, from past games. Yeah, from past games. Yeah, that's a better word. No, that's the correct word actually. Anyway, before I introduce you to what Hidden Gems 4 is, which took me quite a long time to figure out and where I've got the inspiration from, I'm going to tell you a little brief history about like how this game came in my possession. I hope you don't mind, but obviously you have no choice in the matter because this is pre-recorded. So yeah. Anyway, this game came out around 1998. We almost said 9, but 8 in North America and Europe. I got this game rented. So for those of you who know what Blockbusters is, you know how far back that is. For those of you who don't know what the concept of Blockbuster was, well, Blockbusters was basically like, it was basically your standalone video games, DVDs, video shop, where you're allowed to rent their stuff for a certain amount of time and give it back. Fingers was, you know, from the sounds of it, you could already tell where this business strategy fails, because you know theories and stuff, but I'm not gonna go into that. My sister rented 3 games, and one of these games I've played like quite a while. Well, for quite a long time. Like whenever I had a chance, I'll play it before she had to give it back. And this game, I'll tell you its name before I kill you guys with anticipation. Have police knocking at my door. It's Rival Schools United by Fate. This game is actually an interesting concept. It had interesting characters, and the story, if you actually read it, because you know, I went back to playing it recently and I read the story and I was like, oh, actually this is quite good. The story is actually quite it's quite good, and it's full of conspiracies. But so let me see if I can briefly do it. So basically, there's these 2 guys who came from a ninja clan who knows brainwashing techniques, and then they're trying to use this brainwashing techniques they didn't know to rule the country. That's all I'm gonna give you for now. And then you play as 9 to 10 students, or even including Sakura, there's about 11. Yeah, about 11 students and about 4 teachers. 2 teachers, 1 principal, and 1 head chairman. Yeah, all schools have different concept. I call them concept, or different things. Basically, one's a normal school, you know. You have your average bully, smart guy, and airheaded girl. Or, yeah, bully, smart guy, airheaded girl. That's the main character cast. Then you have the sports school, which is made of a volleyballist, a footballer, and a baseballer, which is the sports school, sports elite. And then you have another school which was based around politics, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you who's followed this series delicately. But you have yeah, these 2 guys and a girl, and the girl clearly looks like she's dressed for a campaign, but she's also a boxer as well, so I think it's probably like one of those events. So I don't know. And then you have another school which is full of delinquents, because one of the characters actually throws knives during battle and uses it as attack. So yeah, there's that. I'll go straight into the gameplay. Gameplay is basically like it's like a 2D game with 3D elements. So I'll call it a 3D game really, because there are side-step buttons which are, well, I barely use them really, because I don't really sidestep as much. So yeah, they had a sidestep button, and then they have, you know, your usual punch, kicks, and grab. I'm talking about PS1 version, not the arcade. So yeah, the game play wise, if you played the first ever Marvel vs game, so if you played Marvel vs Capcom 1, or was it Marvel vs Capcom? I don't know. Marvel vs Capcom 1, where it's basically you have 2 buttons. So alright, you have 4 buttons, 2 punch, 2 kick, and then you have those 2 heavies for each, and then you have a launcher, then you have air combos. That's how Marvel vs Capcom is. So this generally follows the similar suit. And from my understanding, I think it was Capcom's way of preparing for the departure of the Marvel thing, the Marvel licensing. Obviously, that came a lot later than they thought, but I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, this came with that. It didn't come with a tag function as Marvel did. It came with like a tag special where if you press punch and kick, depending on who your secondary character is. So if you choose a male, you'll come up with some epic combo, and if you choose a female other than Akira, I'll get into Akira later, she'll do a recovery to your special gauge or your health. The reason why I'm not going to go, the reason why I said except for Akira, because Akira's backstory is she dresses up as a boy, so she puts on the whole biker's gear and a biker's helmet. She dresses up as a boy to infiltrate the boys' version of the delinquent school in order to find out her brother to find out who kidnapped her brother. So yeah, and then if you look at her fight, if you do her tag team or her team special, she doesn't do a recovery, she does a combo instead to show that oh yeah, this is a male character, but you can obviously tell it's a female. Capcom, come on. I mean, even the voice actor. Yeah, this game is actually fully voice acted. So if you look at like in between battles, they have when they do their little interludes to battles, they're all fully voice acted. So every line is voice acted by a Japanese voice actor. I don't think that there's any English ones. I haven't really played the American version really. But yeah, it's all fully voice acted by Japanese voice actors. The general game is 2 rounds. Round 1 you start off with the person you picked first. Then round 2 you can either stay with that person or switch to the later person. Hold on, give me a moment. Gotta stay refreshed. Anyway, yeah, round 2 you can either stay with the main character that you picked or switch to your sub character, and then you go on from there. Which does mean you're gonna have to learn 2 move sets. You have to learn your main character and your sub character. Obviously they're not hard because back then most fighting games didn't really have as much diversity as Street Fighter does. Like there wasn't much command grab characters as there was in Street Fighter. So it wasn't that hard to learn to grasp diversity. You just had to grasp what command did what moves basically, and what command could combo. That's all you had to do basically. Anyway, in terms of basic, like if you're playing against a human character, I would say that using the grab's useless because it's kissing distance. So don't ever use the grab. It is terrible. Like I've never seen a grab so terrible since early Street Fighter. When I'm talking about, alright, my early years of Street Fighter, which was Street Fighter plus Alpha, which where you have to go up in front of them and press like a punch or kick button. Whereas this one, you go up in front of them, press a punch. I think you press 2 punches, and if they miss, that is a lot of frame recovery. That they can just punish you on the spot and you can get KO'd from that. Anyway, arcade mode depends on your character. It goes from 7 to 8 stages, so it's not so bad. From the amount of arcade modes I play through, I think number 4, 3, or 5 is mandatory to lose. Like you have to lose. Like if you win it, it's a miracle. But in the end of the day, the narrative is still gonna make out as you lose. And even if you win, that's a lot of boosting you have to do, because you can tell that it was you had to lose kind of battle. Anyway, the story is full of conspiracies. What else? That's actually it, you know. That for now, that is it. Why do I feel this is a hidden gem? I feel that this game hasn't really been appreciated enough, because it's quite different from the usual fighting games that we got back then. What else? The characters were actually pretty good. Everything was fully voice acted, and you know, it had a crossover with one of the Street Fighter characters. Even though it was one character, I feel like it didn't need it, but you know, they were trying. At least they were trying to sell it, but yeah, didn't need it really. But yeah, it's actually a unique series. I recommend anyone to play it. Like, if you want to go buy it, by all means do. It's quite pricey. Be warned. I'm not going to tell you other means of playing it, because, well, I can't. Well, not really. I can't. It's just I won't, because most of you guys who's watching this video probably already know the way of playing it. I'm probably currently playing it right now without even like going. Like you just happen to come across this video while you're playing it. Trust me, that happened to me many times. Anyway, I feel that Capcom. Well, I feel like Capcom hasn't really forgotten the series, because if you play throughout like crossover games such as like SNK versus Capcom, they had a few rival school characters in there. Project Cross Zone, they had Batsuit in there. Tatsunoko versus Capcom, they had again Batsuit in there. I don't think he's ever been in Marvel vs Capcom. I'm not sure. In the recent Street Fighter 5 stage DLC, you got two of the characters as a background characters. Also, Capcom really hasn't forgotten about the series, and I've heard a rumor about the director of the series that he wants to make another game, but not sure that there was a market for it. So I just wanted to say, yeah, there is a market for it, but you know, nowadays people go for more than sales than rather than passion in terms of making games now. So I doubt we'll see a light of day of another rival schools. Plus, how the second one was on the Dreamcast, which, my honest opinion, was a terrible mistake, putting it on the rival console of the PS2, because PS2 was selling. The PS2 was just selling everywhere because it was a cheap DVD player at the time. And well, I don't know. Yeah, the PS2. I reckon if they put it on the PS2, I reckon we'll probably see a third one instead of putting it on the Dreamcast. Anyway, what I like to say is I would like to see this game make a return. I don't know, maybe on the PlayStation Store, because I heard the Japanese got it, meaning that it sold a lot in the Japanese market, but in terms of Western, it didn't sell as much. I wouldn't mind buying it for a decent amount of price. Yeah. Yeah, because I liked everything about the game, especially the loading screens. Like back in like the early 90s, no, late 90s, early 2000s, you had like black loading screens. You have Resident Evil, which was different, where the loading screen was basically you opening the door and walking through it. This one had concept art, manga art, what else? Just like fan art. Well, not fan art, but it's basically like idea art. Then you had button inputs of like your characters, commands. Yeah, the loading screen was quite interesting, and because of the character design were good. Like, well, in my eyes, I like the character design. So whenever they put the character designs like loading, like in the loading screen, I just find myself looking at it, like mesmerized before I actually go into the games. But yeah, I really do like this series, and I feel that I should share it. I feel that everyone should have a try it. You know, give me a reason why this should be a hidden, or should not be a hidden gem. I think I'm gonna wrap this up now because I'm about to cough because my throat is getting dry from all this talking. Yeah, so Rival Schools United by Fate is our hidden gem 4. Join me next time where I don't even know what hidden gem 5 is. So yeah, join me next time, and hopefully it should be a great thing. Anyway, like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't, comment, tell me your opinions below, share with your friends. Of course, there's a Hidden Gem series, and I'd like more people to know about it. So, you know, the more we get this game out there, the more developers notice that they love out there. Subscribe, it helps me out, and as I always say, people, stay safe, stay safe.